Hey, Rodney G here, Scar Not Silent. Nice to see you wherever you're at. And believe me, I can see you. I can see you wherever you're at. Thank you for being with me today. Just like I said, Scar Not Silent, Rodney G. And it's almost that time. Get your turkey. If you don't have your turkey in the refrigerator by now, it's what, the 24th, almost 25th, you might be eating chicken wings. But hey, if you're eating chicken wings, that's good too. Or maybe you don't eat meat, so maybe you're eating tofu wings, whatever it is, whatever works for you. So we left off, right? We left off with the Upa, and I believe that's right. And if not, then I am lost. I'm a little scatterbrained with the holidays and everything. It was Mama's birthday on Sunday. Made her a little video with Sora 2, the AI app, and I am not getting paid for that. So let's be completely transparent about that one. But that is something that I really enjoy, to make pictures of myself. I had to sit back and wonder if I was being narcissistic, because I'm like, is this narcissism where I'm just making like videos of myself doing stuff? I don't know if that's in the DSM about creating AI videos of yourself, but it probably be in there in a couple of years when they redo it. I don't know when they're going to redo it, but if they ever redo it, they probably have like AI narcissism, and you can sign me up for that one because I am putting myself to work. So if you happen to see me scattered through one of your feeds, you could believe I was being narcissistic at the time. So I believe I was doing, like I said, the UPA, and I gave you some practical steps to take, and you could marinate in that a little longer if you need to. So hope you enjoy that. That's something that I would like to do a little more often, as we're slowly winding down the show. And I think how, maybe a sneak preview is I'm just going to, best person I know is myself. And I know I've been through so much that a lot of people could resonate. Like if you don't have the kidneys issues, then there probably I have like 3 or 4 other issues that you're going to relate with. And if you don't relate with that 3 or 4 issues, I probably could pull out a couple more issues that you could relate to. And if you can't relate to those, then just sit back and listen and live life, because you're probably going to end up relating at some point or another. And that's okay. That's why we're here on this earth, to figure this mess out. Sometimes we try to figure out by ourselves. That could be difficult. Many times we have others that's want to help figure it out. That could be helpful and difficult. But at the end of the day, we keep moving, and hopefully we can figure out this purpose that that's really a short journey, right? I'm already working up to my 50th birthday coming up here in December, in middle of December. Actually, it's the late end of December, not middle of December, and I'll be hitting 50. And I'm like, time does fly, right? When you're young, you just run around. For us in Iowa, we scooping loop and sneaking beers, trying to go to the gas station. I always look older, so they always wanted me to go in and to the liquor store and buy alcohol. But my good conscience and worried about going to jail and getting an ass whooping at home made me defend myself and say, I am not doing it. And then they, come on, man, you're a punk. I'm good with being a punk. I'm not doing it, but I'll drink it. If you get it, I'll drink it. I'll even put 5 on it, but I am not buying it. So I never had to buy it, right? So that's one thing that time is something else. Time is wisdom. Time is also the equalizer at the end of your shift, is the equalizer, because your shift will end at some point, but not today. If you're listening to me, we are here, and let's get into it. Let's talk about what else happened. Well, we went through all the goodies, but now I've been given the seal of approval, right? All the stuff I went through, all that stuff my family and friends went through. It wasn't just me. We went through, led up to being okay to go to work. Like, I didn't have a job, and now they released me. Release me. They let me go. They said you could go to work, and I was ready. I was ready to be a new man. I'm ready to go make this living. I'm still in California. We're going to figure out this way to make some money, and that didn't happen. It first wasn't that easy to find a job. This release from the doctors were towards the end of the year. So we're talking 2000. By this time, we're talking 2019. And so it took a lot longer than 6 months for me to heal. And I believe I'm running into, right, we're getting close to January. Then we have our new year. And you know what's going to happen in 2020. That's when it hits the fan. I still don't have a job. It's like March, April, May. Got the call for a job. I put in the application. It was with a large nonprofit. I mean, if you think about it, it was really with probably one of the largest nonprofits. I believe they're nonprofit, but in reality, pay wise, you know, being a social worker wasn't extreme. But I was just coming back from a transplant, so I was just happy to get the potential offer. So I applied, did my interview. I remember it was in the bedroom because at that time we was kind of, well, let me put it this way. So by the time I got released was shortly after that. Then we started hearing talks of COVID-19. We didn't really know. We heard people getting sick in other areas of the country or actually other of the world at that point. So there was like the rumors of how it's getting spread, and you could kind of see the tickers on the TV, like, well, it's here, it's there, it's there. And then we knew like it was just a matter of time because of the international travel from what we were told it was coming from. And by the time I got the job interview, then maybe a couple of weeks the job offer, we were already talking about trying to figure out what the hell this disease is or virus is, what the virus is. For all we know, we was gonna look like, you know, apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse finally hit us. So nobody was didn't know what to do. And then they offered me this position. And then I thought, what do I do now? All this work, all this pain led up to a job offer, which I was really excited about. The conditions were nobody knew because I remember saying, like, I don't know if I want to take this position because I don't know if you can protect me. I have that low immune system. I don't think they ever say like you don't have an immune system. They just say it's really low. And no, I don't know if they could determine how low it is, but it's low enough that I don't want to get sick. So I told him like I just had a kidney transplant and I was able to get released so I could start going back to work. And I'm really anxious about this job. You know, that's not how I said it, but I'm just giving you the wet pant version, you know, of it, so we just could sit here and be comfortable. And I said, I just not confident that you're gonna be able to, or that I'm gonna be able to protect myself. What the job was? Well, I gotta explain that to you. It was like in a high riser, but it wasn't a high riser full of like rich people. It was a high riser of low income senior citizens, and my job would basically go around and make sure that they're fine as social worker. If they need anything, see if we could get any resources for them, including like discharge if they needed to go to another placement. It wasn't like a medical, it wasn't like a nursing home. It was just like a senior living type of place for low income senior living. And they had recreation programs and stuff like that for them, which was really cool. Heart of San Diego, walking distance for me, or at least get on the bus and get there. Just with everything that was going on, including it, and I would have to maneuver that as well. But I would have to be out of the office, and they said, well, no, you know, COVID going around, everybody's staying inside their office. And I wasn't confident that was going to happen because being a social worker, you're always called and you're always expected to come out like and handle the situation if it happens. And I knew from experience that if I was put into the office and somebody knocked on the door, or if I got a page that something was going on within that building, and it was well over, I think, 100 people, it might even be 200 or more people in this building, that I would have to go out there and see what the issue was if they requested social work. And I could not put myself in that jeopardy. And it was tough. And I told them, can I have some time to think about this? And they allowed me to have some time to think about it. And I had spoke with my wife and made a decision, and just in agony because I already know jobs are not easy. I'm getting older. It's not easy. Not to mention all the other inequities I don't want to get into, but it just makes it a lot difficult if you just wrap it all up in a nasty bowl, right? If you just put a dirty, sloppery, chewed bowl on it, that is just now at this stage, it's a lot difficult to get a job. And I'm saying this stage, I'm talking about 2020. So COVID time. and I didn't. I had to call them and not accept the position, and I was stuck. Again, I was released, but in reality, I was not released. I was captive in my room, like so many people. But I was like if you were healthy and captive in your room, like I was like times five that, right? The people that were sick was times five that because you might be able to sneak off and get the mail, but if we were to sneak off and get the mail, we would have a thousand times more worries. And some people didn't. Some people didn't worry, and you didn't get sick, and you made it and felt great. But there was a whole lot of people that did not. And I know of a couple that almost lost it, and know of a few that did lose. Myself and my family, we stayed put, and that was my son and my wife. We stayed put in this room, and we was extremely hyper vigilant. I'm talking about ordering food, coming to the door, waiting till they leave. Thank you, mask. Everybody put your mask on. Or we grab the food with a mask on, take it right to the kitchen, run the water, clean it, clean everything, cans, bags, fruit, vegetables, one grape, two grapes, all of it, clean and then put away. And then it would be wipe the refrigerator, spray Lysol, because I had just really got a fresh new kidney and I was not trying to go out from COVID. This led to just, for my family, they was really, they, it's kind of weird, right? Because they really did well just supporting me in this and being there for me when things were tough. And I mean, we have our friends and you call and you did video conferencing and texting, all that, but just being locked up with your family, and you probably remember it. You know what I'm talking about, was just tough to think about, not let alone to do it. Or standing on the balcony. Luckily, we had a balcony. You could get some fresh air, but if you saw somebody walking, even though they're not supposed to, out on the street without a mask, you would go back in the house and close the door. And that didn't happen a lot in the beginning stages of COVID. You didn't see it. Rarely did you see it. That was a lot of uncertainty for myself of just not knowing what's going on for your time. I think is hopefully they figure this out before it's your time. I don't think I have enough words to explain if you truly hunkered down in your place. The walls were all around you. But in so many ways that it was also great being with each other and being able to just kind of go through it with each other and having somebody there for you. I would have to later figure out what I'm going to do because time was passing that this, days were continuing and you're getting your updates and you just see it get worse and you see it get worse and you get your updates and those people that was able to go to the store was, fighting and the toilet paper was being stocked up and we just so happened to have like toilet paper and big thing of flour that Marie got from her synagogue. And that's where we was at the mercy of those people that was willing to work to get the food and deliver it to our doors. And my future, I don't know. I don't know what my future was at that time. I knew that I gave up a job that I needed, that I wanted, because of uncertainty. Sometimes in life you have to go right or left. I don't know which way I took. But you know what? I am here with you. So, I lived. You hear my voice. It's not a ghost talking to you. But that was just really tough times. But also, in many ways, there was many great times. Still able to laugh. Some people didn't have those great times. Hopefully they're able to laugh now. All right. And we'll have to stay in COVID land for a little bit longer because it was very significant for myself, as like I said, many others who low immune systems, no immune systems, not to mention going to the hospital during that time. I didn't have to do that. But come with me, just think about that. That's a good Thanksgiving thought. Think about where we came from not that long ago to where we're at now. All right, I got to get to bed because, if I wake up, I got a purpose.